Hare Krishna, dear devotees. I was thinking about speaking a little more of tears and separation. Of course, this is a topic that we can always fathom deeper and deeper and deeper, and we should do this in spiritual life because separation is a very dynamic ingredient of prema. And Prabhupada really carried that feeling in his heart, like Gorkishore Das Babaji Maharaj. Namo Gora Kishoraya Sakshat Vairagya Murtaye Vipralamba Rasam Bodhe Padam Bujayate Namo Namaha. He was the embodiment of Vipralamba Rasa. It was like an ocean of Vipralamba Rasa. So this also can be said for our other acharyas. Like Bhaktivinoda Thakur was also an embodiment of Vipralamba Rasa. And Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur also, and Prabhupada also. There is one verse of Vilapa Kusumanjali that Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur would faint upon hearing. If someone would recite this verse, he would faint. Asha Barai Amrita Sindhu Maya Katanchit. Asha Barai Amrita Sindhu Maya Katanchit. Where Raghunath Das Goswami says that he has been aspiring since so long for obtaining the ocean of nectar of Radharani's mercy. Kalo Mayati Gamita Kila Sampratamahi. Tam Shet Kripamori Vidasyati Naiva Kimme Pranay Vrajena Chavaro Ruvakarinapi. But if you're not merciful with me after such a long time of despair that I have been going through, then what is the use of this life? Pranay, Vrajena, what is the use of this land of Raj? Cha Bakarinapi, and what is the use of Krishna? Bakarini, Bakahari, or Bakari, means Krishna who killed Bakasura. So if you're not merciful with me, then what is the use? And what is the use of my life? My life is useless. What is the use of this topmost Dham of Raj, which is embodying the greatest mercy and the manifestation of the purest love? And then what is the use of Krishna if I don't have your mercy? I've been hoping for that mercy again and again and again, day after day. So if Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur would hear that, he would faint. Several occasions when he heard that verse, he just became still and collapsed from his chair. And even the devotees around him, they felt also very much moved by the event. Because what is in the heart of a great soul also spreads around him. Like, that's the nature of spiritual, energy. When someone has, and even of subtle energy, when someone has some bad thoughts, you can feel bad to be around this person. And when someone is very pure, when you're with this person, you feel inspired in Krishna consciousness. That's what we say. Why we say topmost Vaishnava is the Vaishnava by whose mere sight everybody wants to chant Hare Krishna. It means that just by seeing this person, one is inspired to chant Hare Krishna with greater quality, with a deeper love, because that's emanating from this person. And this spiritual love, as well as the also subtle material energy, they are very contagious. So they felt also some great, they were sharing, the feeling of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta. They felt some great move in their heart. So in the same way, Prabhupada was also a personality absorbed in separation. Namaste Saraswati Devi. Saraswati Devi means he's also the embodiment of his spiritual master. So he's representing perfectly the same moon, Gauravani Pracharine, and he's broadcasting this Gauravani. And in Gauravani and and Chitta is not different. Because on the spiritual level, there is no difference between what you feel in your heart and what you say. What you have inside, that will come outside when you express yourself. Even if you say something else, even if you say the opposite, what will be, what will be communicated will be what you're carrying in your heart. Like, if I really dislike someone and I start to glorify this person, my glorification will communicate my dislike. You can feel that glorification is very fake. We can feel it. And if I love someone and I chastise someone, my bad words will carry also this love. And the person will feel my love through these words. So in Gauravani, what's coming out from the mouth of Gauravakya, what Lord Chaitanya teaches is what he has in his heart. So Prabhupada is teaching this very same thing. And although Prabhupada was a very secretive person, he didn't show so much his separation, was hiding a lot, his internal feelings. But he's nevertheless also a notion of separation, vipralambara sambodhi. And there are different aspects in separation. First, there is the separation that we feel, us, from Radha and Krishna, or from the associate of Radha and Krishna. Then there is the separation that Radha and Krishna feel from each other, which is something else, because it's not about my separation, it's about their separation. But because spiritual progress means to become connected with the heart of Radha and Krishna, you also start to feel their feelings of separation. That's another aspect of feelings of separation. These are not my feelings of separation, but as we hear about Radha and his feelings of separation from Krishna, we should become moved also. And we feel that separation also, even though that's not my separation. That's her feeling. But out of compassion, out of heart connection, I also feel this separation. So these are two aspects of separation. They are connected in one sense, but they are also different categories. And the more we nourish one, the more the other also will become nourished. Like the more we hear about the separation of Radha and Krishna from each other, the more we will feel separation from them also. And Narottam Das Thakur writes, Se Saba Sangire Sange Je Koilo Bilas, Se Saba Napaya Kande Narottam Das. Lord Chaitanya played his pastimes, manifested his pastime with his associates, his vilas, with all his associates in Puri and Navadvip and some few other places. And Narottam says, and because Narottam cannot get the association of these great souls who are the associate of Mahaprabhu, then Narottam cries. So this crying, these tears of separation from of the sadhakas in this world, because our Acharya, even though they are siddhas, they're coming from Goloka, they're playing the role of being sadhakas, and then they're crying in separation from Krishna, that I am lost in this world without you. I cannot be in your eternal service in Vraj, in my eternal form to serve you. So this is one feeling of separation that has to come in our heart. And we should always, in our spiritual life, question ourselves about it. How much separation do I feel from Krishna? Is everything all right? Do I feel okay with everything in daily life? Generally, if we consider in daily life, we feel quite all right. We feel quite all right. Our only problems in daily life are material problems, bodily problems, mind problems, and problems of other living entities. What is this? And problems of the demigods. And we feel a lot of problems in this material world, but we rarely feel the problem of we are not with Krishna. Yes, and Adi Krishnaika. The problem coming from Krishna. The only problem coming from Krishna, because Krishna is perfect, you know. There's only one problem coming from Krishna, is that when he is not there. That's a big problem, biggest than any other problem. That's a big problem that we should feel. Shiva Maharaj would say, the problem is that it's not really that we are separated from Krishna. I mean, this is the problem, but the real problem is that although we are separated from Krishna, we don't feel it to be really a problem. We're quite okay with that. Oh, I'm separated from Krishna. Yeah, you know what? You know, I'm a conditioned soul, I'm not. What can I do? And that's how we classify the file. You know, like the government, sometimes they have some file arriving on their desk, which is disturbing them, because this file is questioning everything they're doing. So they feel uncomfortable with this file, so they classify it. They don't want to treat that problem, so they just put it classified. Nobody will know about this file and all this. And we do the same thing with the feeling of separation. We go along our spiritual life we practice. But when the question comes about how do I feel, do I really feel separation from Krishna? Then we realize, oh, we classify the fight. Let's talk about something else. Because it's hard to realize that we are misguided. It's hard when we go on the street, we try to distribute books. People, they are not interested because they don't want to accept that they are misguided and everything they're doing is wrong. Same difficulty we're facing as devotees when we practice and we don't cry, we don't feel the separation from Krishna. That means our practice is wrong to a certain extent. Of course, every devotee is sincere, every devotee is doing some sincere service and has some part of sincerity. But sincerity doesn't stop only with just being sincere. Sincerity is something that needs to be increased always. It's not that, okay, I am sincere, so that's a classified thing. I am sincere, no? I'm chanting sincerely. The question is, how sincerely are you chanting? Of course, you're chanting sincerely. I mean, somebody who is chanting even few rounds every day of his life, waking up and chanting or reading, they have a part of sincerity already. Some people are not doing this. But how sincere are we? Also, how sincere are we? And couldn't we be more sincere? That's the question we should ask ourselves. Because do I feel separation from Krishna? When I chant Krishna's holy name, do I cry? What's happening in my life? Do I feel really that I miss the association of Radharani? Do I feel that I'm missing the association of Lalita and Vishaka? Really, sincerely, if I look in my heart, do I feel this every day? If yes, then very good. You are on the good path and continue like that. If not, then that means something is missing. And we have to reset this. Otherwise, that means we have taken some, how to say, slight angle. Diversion. Slight diversion. You know, like 1 degree diversion, 2 degree diversion. But as the time goes, 1 degree diversion can make 1 light year. Yeah, as the time goes. Because bhakti is about crying. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta would say, he would like to quote the definition of bhakti given by Vrindavan Das Thakur in Chaitanya Bhagavat. Bhakti Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Bhakti Yoga Sar. Bhakti Hai Krishna Nam Smarana Kramdan. And the Bhakti Yoga is the essence of every practice. 3 times is repeating, which means like Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama Eva Kevalam. Same things with Bhakti Yoga. Means devotion is the essence of everything. But what is devotion? Bhakti Hai Krishna Nam Smarana Kramdan. Devotion means someone shed tears while chanting the name of Krishna, or while remembering the name of Krishna, which is the same meaning, just a different way of saying it poetically. So we are bhakti devotees. practitioners of Bhakti Yoga. But how much do we cry? Because Bhakti means crying. So I am practicing Bhakti Yoga if I cry. Because Bhakti He Krishna Nam Smarana. Bhakti means crying when I chant the name of Krishna. So how much are we crying? If we ask ourselves this question, like Vaisheshika Prabhu made this very beautiful book about the 4 questions that we should ask ourselves. These are basic questions. It's a beautiful book to help people to spiritualize their life and understand some very deep, profound principle in life. And this book is good for newcomers as well as for practicing devotees also, because it means something else for practicing devotee, but still it's beautiful and deep. But there is another question, because there are not only 4 questions. Maybe he will write another book, 4 more questions, something. We could always add more. And my question that I would have, not as a challenge, but as I think about this like this, because I saw the book the other day and I felt it was very brilliant and inspiring. And this, now just I am speaking, reminds me that's a good question also we could ask, is how much separation do I feel from Krishna? And we should take this as our measuring, way of seeing, am I progressing in spiritual life? Am I really sincere? Because if I am sincere, then I should feel increasing separation. I may not cry physically, but if I feel separation, then that's good. Some people can cry easily, physically, which may not be based also on a very deep separation. So it's not about the physical aspect of crying. This is called Atmar Krandan, like Govinda Maharaj would say, Atmar Krandan. It's crying of the soul. How much my soul feels really the separation from Krishna. Every one of us at some point in our life, we have felt separation from another person. And but generally, for a person who is not advanced enough, that feeling of separation just comes for some time and then dwindles and go. And it may take a long time before any other feeling of real deep separation will come again in the heart. Because it's a manifestation of pure love, separation. But we have to understand that it's very, very important that in our life we feel separation. Narottam was feeling so much separation from the associates of Mahaprabhu. Jehanilo Premadana Karuna Prachur. Jehanilo Premadana Karuna Prachur. Then it says what? Jehanilo Premadana Karuna Prachur. Acharya Thakur. Things take some time.
Eno Prabhu Kotagela.
Eno Prabhu Kotagelo. Where has my Prabhu gone? Gelo means gone. Eno Prabhu Kotagelo, my Acharya Thakur, who came to give me this prem love, this divine love for Radha and Krishna and of Radha and Krishna. These are the two aspects of love. Love for Krishna and love of Krishna. Like love between me and Krishna and love of Krishna. That means the love of Krishna given to me also, and the love of Radha and Krishna, that Radha and Krishna feel for each other, he also gave me that. Different aspects of love he gave me. He gave me the chance to be also able me to start feeling love for Krishna. He also placed in my life the love that Krishna is feeling for me and make me understand and feel that Krishna is also loving me. And then he also gave me access to the love that Radha and Krishna feel for each other. Three aspects of love. He has come to give us such a matchless gift. Such a matchless gift. So where is that person? Heno Prabhu Kotagelo. Where is he now? Where has he gone? I want to receive more of this gift. And he has given me such a gift. I don't want to be ever separated from him. And then he expresses the love that he feels and the separation from all the associates of Mahaprabhu. Kahamora Swarup Rupa Kaha Sanato. What is it? Kaha Sanata. Kahada Saragunato Patita Pava Kahamora Swarup. This question, how often do I ask myself, where is Swarup Damodar? How much often do I think this? Do I think every day, where is Swarup Damodar? This question is a very deep question because it's based on it can only appear in the heart of someone who understands that if I really want, I can have the association of Swarup Damodar now. Why I am not getting it? We don't even think where is Swarup Damodar because we don't consider we could have his association. Because we don't have faith in what Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote. He is unhealed, he who sings, that Vaishnavas dies.
When they're still living in sound.
When they're still living in sound. Vaishnavas die to live. And while living, spread the holy name around. So he resounds heal. He who sings that Vaishnavas die. Because they never die. And they are still always accessible in sound. Means we can access Swarup Damodar and Ramandara. So we should ask ourselves, where is Swarup? Kaha Mora Swarup, where is my Swarup? He says, Mora Swarup, this Swarup Damodar who is so dear to my heart. Where is he? Where is Rupa Goswami? Where is Sanatana Goswami? Why they have gone? If you look the life of Narottam Das Thakur, I don't know if he ever met Swarup Damodar. Did he meet Rupa Goswami?
I don't think so.
Not sure. He met Jiva Goswami.
Jiva.
I've never heard that he met Rupa Goswami. And Sanatan. We have to check that. Srinivasacharya never met Rupa and Sanatan. He made it just a little bit too late in Vraj. Did Narottam arrive before Srinivasacharya in Vraj? You should check in Bhakti Ratnakara. Kaha Dasa Raghunath. Where is Raghunath Das? Don't think Narottama also ever met Raghunath Das Goswami. Maybe. Patita Pavan. They are all, delivering all the fallen souls. Where have they gone? So we should lament in this way. It's very important in our life. If someone's leave this song, that means if he can make this song one with his heart, or if we say it in another way, if he can feel really in his heart the feeling of this song, this person is already in Gaura Lila, because he feels separation from the associate of Gaura. And feeling separation from the associate of Gaura, that means you are already in Gaura Lila, in the first chamber of Gaura Lila, which is called Purva Raga. Separation before first meeting. Without this Purva Raga, there will not be first meeting. So when someone feels already separation from them, then he is already in Gaura Lila. His practice is already no more a beginner's practice. He is no more a neophyte Vaishnava. He is Madhyam Adhikari. Neophyte devotee may sometimes feel a little drop of separation, but as we would say, after it resides, and so many other difficulties of life or challenges or things or even services, they'll come and they distract us from that feeling of separation. And then we forget that we are not with Swarup, Damodar and Rupa, which is ultimately the most important thing. It would be better to just sit and feel separation from Swarup, Damodar and Rupa Goswami and do nothing than just do so much service every day without feeling separation. This doesn't mean that one should take this excuse for not doing service, because if someone really feels separation from Rupa and Sanatan, he will also naturally, spontaneously do service, because he understands what Rupa and Sanatan they sacrifice their life for, and naturally he will also sacrifice his life for that, because that's the way he will experience their presence. So we should not take that, to say, well, I'm not doing service, I'm just feeling separation from Rupa, Prabhu. Today I'm feeling separation from Rupa. Please forgive me, I cannot do some service. That's not the idea. That's a trick of the mind, deviating us from the devotion. But if we do so much service and you don't feel separation, that's also a mistake. Both has to be there. It's not bad to do service, even though if we don't feel separation, it doesn't mean that service is bad. It's already good. But the idea is then that this service, whatever it is, will purify our hearts, so then at some point of time we will feel separation. And then real life begins, when we feel separation from Krishna and from his associates. Real life begins. That means we are already stepping in the first level of devotion, intermediate devotion. Now our heart is connected to them. Our life is connected to them. They are part of our life. And if we are not connecting with them, we feel we feel very sad. Prior to this, that means they are not already really part of our life. And then if we are not connected with them, still that's okay, we can manage it. With devotees, Prakriti Bhakta, that means our connection, the connection of our life is more with the material world. But we don't have real connection with the reality of Krishna or Gaura. But then when we feel separation, then we enter into that world. Now they are part of our life. So if I ask myself every day, where is Swarup? Where is Rupa and where is Sanatan? That means now I am stepping into the level of being an intermediate devotee. It means I will feel uncomfortable not to be with Rupa and Sanatan. More than uncomfortable not to be with my best friend in this world, or my wife or my son, because they are dearer to me than all of this. Because they are our real friends and family. They are those with whom we live eternally in Vraj. In how to say, in potency. You understand this expression? In potency means to be, to become. We say like a seed is a tree in potency. So in the same way, they are our family members in potency. They are by nature. A tree can, a seed, an oak seed is nothing, cannot be something else than an oak. So a spirit soul cannot be something else than an eternal servant of Krishna. But it's in potency as long as the seed has not been planted and watered properly, the tree will not manifest in the same way. So we have to place this interrogation in our everyday life. And that interrogation may expand to all of Mahaprabhu's associates. Kahabata Raghunatha. What is it?
Kaha Kaviraj.
Kaho Kavira. Eka Gole Kotha Gelo Goranatara. Where is Raghunath Bhatt? Where is Krishnadas Kaviraj? He's feeling separation from all of them. Where Lord Gaura has gone. He has gone, he has left this world. I cannot see him with my eyes. Where is he? This level of separation we need to find, to feel. Pashane kutibo mata, anali poshibo. Gorangera gunite juri, kota gele pabo. I want to smash my head on the rock. Pashane kutibo mata. That's how deep is his feeling of separation. Because it's too hard to live with them. He thinks, if I would smash my head on a rock, then that will end all this suffering. So some kind of suicide. Anali possible, or if I would burn into the fire and then let all this end. Where has gone this ocean of quality, Sri Gauranga? So Narottam Das Thakur feels this separation. And then this feeling of separation will also become a feeling of separation from the residence of Raj. Where is Rupa Manjari? Where is Lalita? Where is Vishaka? Why I am not seeing them today? Why they don't come to me? Why Vishaka didn't come to me today to tell me some sweet words, to ask me to do some service, to pick some flowers, or to give me some, to express to me her love, or the love of Radharani, or to tell me something beautiful about the love of Radha and Krishna. Why she didn't come? That's our problem. This should be our problem. When this will be our main problem, then we become intermediate devotees. And from that feeling of separation, then the reality of experience will manifest. Because when we start to feel separation from them, then they will start to come in our life. Before, no. Because they know what will he do if we come in his life. He doesn't really want to see us, isn't it? Have you ever come to know that some person doesn't really want to see you? Then will you go to the house of this person and ring and say, "Oh, I came to see you. I felt maybe you will be happy, you know." No, you know when somebody doesn't appreciate you so much, because we are spirit souls, so we can feel who loves us and who don't love us. We can also be misguided because our heart is very much covered, sometimes, and covered by the mind, and then the mind will make us fools. The mind will make us believe wrong thing. But when we become a devotee and our hearts become purified by the chanting of the holy name, then we can feel who loves us, who doesn't. And we don't want to disturb those those who don't appreciate us. That's what Lord Shiva said to Sati, you know. She wanted to bring her husband to the yagya organized by her father Daksha. Please come with me. It's such a long time I have not seen my father and my mother and my sisters. They're organizing now. The news came to me, they're organizing a big yagya in the universe. That's how the demigods, they know there is communication between the planets. So I want to go, please bring me there. And Lord Shiva told to Sati, I don't think they'll be very happy to see me. Because last time your father saw me, he really wasn't very happy with me. He didn't say some very nice things to me. If we remember, you know, what Daksha said to Shiva. He told him, you know, you're just wearing some ashes of, crematorium grounds. It's not very glorious, you know. And all your followers, they're some kind of strange hobgoblins and all this. You don't look like a very great soul, something like that. So this is the kind of followers you have. And look at your appearance. What do you look like? Because he was envious of Shiva. Because Shiva was more advanced than him, and he didn't offer his obeisances to him. So Daksha became envious. So Shiva went away. But then when Sati comes and tells him, oh, we should go to this big yagya made by my father, or that my father is presently announcing to the universe. He says, no. He said to her, you may go, even though I don't advise you to go, because I'm your husband. It's not good to go if you know they don't love your husband. You may find yourself in some difficult situation. So I don't advise you to go, but Prabhupada says, being a woman, she was too much, sentimental. She wanted to see her family. which can be a beautiful quality that we can also appreciate. When Prabhupada says women, they are too much sentimental, he's not really a critic. I find it beautiful, because that means men are not sentimental or less sentimental. That because they have harder heart. So I prefer to be a sentimentalist than to be a hard heart man, you know. Sometimes women take as criticism things that may not be criticism, may be beautiful thing. I think this is a beautiful thing, if women are said to be sentimental. Because sentimental is generally misunderstood, but it's based on a beautiful quality in the beginning. So anyway, Lord Shiva felt, I don't feel like going there, because then, or at least he clearly doesn't want to see me. So the associate of Radha and Krishna, they also know, do they really want to see us? What if I appear in their life and they don't like that? That's a problem, you know. Then I make how can I help them? I screwed up everything before, because we need to wait for the good opportunity to do things. Proper time, you know, the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna describes, he who gives charity in the good time and in a good way, that's real charity. So same way for mercy. Mercy has to be given in a special also way to be very effective and beautiful. So they know that. They do want to shower us with the mercy of their love and Radha and Krishna's love. But they know this will be best done when we will be disposed for that. We can say disposed. We will be willing. We will be waiting. Then it becomes more beautiful. If someone shows up that you were not waiting for, you may be happy, you may be indifferent, you may be even sometimes annoyed. But if you're waiting for someone and then the person comes, you're very happy. And if you've been waiting for a long time, then when the person finally arrives, that's the best day of your life, you know? So waiting is a good thing in spiritual life, because it makes things more beautiful. And Krishna knows that. Unfortunately for us, Krishna knows that waiting is beautiful. Yes, I don't want to be, I don't want to be a person announcing bad news, but this is a bad, beautiful news, which finally is quite good, but still it's bad. Krishna knows that waiting is good. Yeah, waiting is good, because it increases our desire. It increases the love, because it increases the separation, waiting. Krishna knows that very well, because Krishna is the form of separation. Nobody lives separation more than him, so he knows exactly how separation works. He knows exactly how important separation is, and that's why Krishna is not reciprocating with us, even when we're calling him. Krishna knows I could come and give him my presence, but Krishna knows there is something more beautiful to give them than my presence. It's my absence, or the feeling of separation from me. Krishna knows this is more beautiful. So Krishna acts like this because he knows separation makes love grow. It's so important thing to understand. We should not complain about separation, even though we should complain about separation, but it makes love grow. The more you have to wait for someone, you have a meeting with a person, they say come at 5, now it's 6, they're still not there. When they come, you'll be very relieved, very happy that this person came finally, because you were thinking maybe that person will never come again. What to say? Maybe you become a little bit annoyed because my example is not proper, but what to say? You have never seen your father or your mother. Somehow or other you get their contact. You send them a message, or you call them, you giving appointment on that day. Still after 2 hours they have not come. If they come 3 hours later, will you be angry at them? You never met them in your entire life, or your father, or your brother or your sister. Let's say you learn that you have a sister you never knew about, and now you get her contact, so you contact her, can you come? Maybe you do a big distance to be able to see her. If she's late, when she comes, you don't feel angry. You feel more happy in one sense, oh, finally you came. The more you will have to wait for that, the further you may have to go in the world for that. It will grow your desire to see finally your sister. If I tell you that finally the sister is that, your sister is that girl who is living just next door, will not make the same thing. Like if you have to go to South Africa and see, or Australia, and meet some person, it requires some sacrifice. And then the meeting is more beautiful. Krishna knows that. So he knows we have to go through that feelings of separation. So we should not be disappointed with this, we should be appreciative that Krishna puts us in separation. The problem is that if we're not feeling separation, that's the real problem. Because that means the mercy of Krishna is not yet starting to act directly upon us. When the mercy of Krishna becomes now directly active in our life, first reality it will unfold will be separation. That's the sign that mercy of Krishna has touched this person. Now he feels separation from Krishna. So separation is, although so hard, at the same time so beautiful. And it will grow our love. There is no ending to love. Our love can always grow. How does it grow? By separation. By separation, we will be able to see our love growing forever. So separation is actually our best friend. Yes, it's our best friend, but at the same time, it's our most painful friend. Krishna is a strange person. He makes things like that. But if you think about it a little bit deeper, you realize that there was no other more beautiful way to do this. He did it in the most beautiful way. He made separation and love non-different, which gives a very special dimension to both of them. Because separation will be always, imbued with love. And love will always be imbued with separation. That makes more. That makes love more beautiful, that makes separation more beautiful. In separation, you can see your love increasing. It's even better than experiencing Krishna and loving him. Because if your love becomes greater, That means when you will see Krishna, the experience will be greater.
Mm.
And between one time you see Krishna and another time, if your love has grown, which is what it should be, then that next time will be even more a sublime experience.
Mm.
So separation is so important. That's why we have to bring more tears in our life by associating with those who cry, like Narottam, like Raghunath Das Goswami and Rupa Goswami. They've written some lines with their tears, not with their stilts. These are their tears, this verse. That's why we call Utkalika Valari. It means these are the tears of Rupa. Vilapa Kusumanjali. Vilapa means lamentation. That means these are his tears also. Like we know Raghunath, Shri Gadadhar wouldn't be able to read anymore his manuscript of Bhagavatam because every single page would be washed away by his tears. And when Srinivasacharya came to Jagannath Puri, Srinivasacharya is, by the way, a very beautiful embodiment of separation. When he came to Jagannath Puri, when he arrived on the threshold of the dam, he saw some Vaishnavas coming out. And they asked him, who you are? He said, I am Srinivas, I'm coming to see Lord Chaitanya. And then they didn't say anything and they passed their way. So he was concerned, and when he, no, that's not. They were very concerned and they told him, but don't you know? He said, no, what? They told Mahaprabhu left this world a few days ago, arriving too late. When he heard that, Srinivasacharya was so much distraught, so much confused that he decided to end his life. I can understand. It must be very, very painful thing. You arrive to see Mahaprabhu, you're living at the same time of Mahaprabhu. He was planning for years to go to Jagannath Puri, but he was too young. Now, here he is, 15 years old, Srinivas. Got the permission, finally, after all those years, from his mother, to let him go all the way. For a mother, it's not easy to let your child go. He's 15 years old, he will have to walk. I don't know how much it is.
From Bengal?
Yeah, 500 miles.
It's a while, it'd probably take a month and a half.
Yeah. No, a month. Walking. 15 years old. How will you let your son go there? But he was so much insisting because he heard about Mahaprabhu from Narahari Sarkar, from Srikanda. They are inhabitants of Srikanda. So he heard. And her mother, she said finally, okay, you go and ask Narahari. He was the senior Vaishnava. So he went to Narahari and Narahari told him, okay, you can go and meet Mahaprabhu. He said to his mother, Narahari, the court told I can go. So she said, then what can I say? I cannot go against him. So he went all the way down to Jagannath Puri, arriving finally now. I will see Mahaprabhu, and then he learns Mahaprabhu just left a few days ago. You must be thinking, I should have run. If I would have run, I would have seen Mahaprabhu. But I didn't run. Though probably he probably ran all the way along, But still, the feeling. So he was so distraught that he decided to end his life. And then he lost consciousness. And then Mahaprabhu appeared in his dream. This beautiful Bhakti Ratnaka. Bhakti Ratnaka is so beautiful. And Mahaprabhu told him, "No, Srinivas, I don't want you to end your life, because I need you. Go to Puri, and Gadadhar is still there. You meet Gadadhar. You will find great joy and great love by meeting Gadadhar. You will see the amazing qualities of Gadai. Go there and meet him. That will pacify you. And learn Bhagavatam from him." So Srinivas went. And when he arrived in the temple of Tota Gopinath, after inquiring why was Gadadhar, and being informed, he came to the temple. Probably at that time it was not yet a temple. I don't know if temple was built during the lifetime of Gadadhar, because they found the deity under the earth, sand hill. Or later. So he went there, and Tota Gopinath was there. And then he saw in the corner of the courtyard, there was this Vaishnava not moving. It was Gadadhar. So he went and offered his obeisances to Gadadhar and said, "I had this dream. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told me I should come to see you." And Gadadhar stopped him and said, "I know. He also told me." So he asked him to come closer. Maybe he embraced him or something like that. Then he said, "Open the Bhagavatam. I've also been informed that I have to teach you the Bhagavatam, so open it." And when Srinivasacharya opened the Bhagavatam and he saw all pages, they were washed out by the tears of Gadadhar. Because Gadadhar was reading Srimad Bhagavatam to Mahaprabhu every day. It's his Radhani reading Srimad Bhagavatam to Krishna. There is no better Bhagavad Gita, It's his topmost Bhagavad Gita. And she was crying all the way through the Bhagavatam. Her tears washed away all, maybe not, the pages were not blank, but they were too washed away so that you could really study the Bhagavatam from this edition anymore. And why was I saying this?
Srinivas is the perfect embodiment of
separation. Yeah, before this. I got lost in translation. Anyway, this was just I take it as Krishna showing me that we should end it here now and come back later just to see that beautiful reality of separation in our life. But we must understand the importance of the feeling of separation, and we'll continue. And the importance of tears. Tears are very important in spiritual life. If we are practicing properly, chanting properly, then our heart will melt and we will cry while chanting. This is the symptom. And if we are not, then we have to approach the Vaishnavas, read from their books and understand, why am I not crying? This question should always be there. We should not leave without finding the answer to that question, why am I not crying? And without fixing that problem. This is our main problem, because once we start really crying, then everything unfolds, everything takes shape, and then we are introduced to the higher level of devotion, ruchi, ashakti, bhava. Bhava means when the tears, they become unimpeded by anything. But ruchi and ashakti is already a good level of crying. Jai. Shri Gaur Chandra ki jai. Shri Gadadhar ki jai. Srinivasacharya ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande.
What if someone feels more separation from Krishna's loved ones than from Krishna himself?
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good, because Krishna will always be included in it. You cannot feel separation from Krishna's loved ones and not from Krishna. You can feel separation from them more than from Krishna, but you still feel some separation from Krishna. And yeah, that's not a problem. As long as you feel separation from someone, this is the beginning. With the time being, separation will be felt for everybody, even for the trees of Vaj, even for the river Yamuna, even for Govardhan Hill, even for all the girlfriends of Radha. Like we could say, okay, those sadhakas that are more sincere, they may feel separation from Radha and Krishna, they may feel separation from Lalita and Vishaka. Who is feeling separation from Kasturi Manjari particularly? Because we don't think so much about her. She is very humble, not so much present in our books, in our lives. But with the time, as our feeling of separation increases, it will come to include all the less known personalities also among Radha and Krishna's entourage. Yes. Because we don't feel separation from someone we don't know about. The more we hear from Krishna, the more we will feel separation from Krishna. If we hear Shrinvatasva Kata Krishna, Punya Shravadi Kirtana, means properly, for proper source. Proper source, what this verse means, is that if you hear about Krishna from a proper source, means from someone who knows Krishna, then Srinvata Swakata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana Vidyantasto Abhadrani Vidunuti Surit Satam. Then Krishna will appear in your heart. It has to be properly from some people who knows, some person who knows really Krishna's heart. We should hear from them, and then we will start feeling of separation. It may look like a bitter life, this sadhaka life, you know. This Vaishnava, their philosophy is only about crying in separation from loved ones that they will not see unless they reach such a level of purity that this person appears to them. It looks very sad perspective ahead of us, but it's not, because when you start feeling separation from these personalities, then they will start reciprocating with you. And actually, I am sure that as long as someone feels separation from Krishna, then Krishna and, like say, even from Krishna and Raj, then Krishna and Raj starts to feel separation from this person consciously. Because that means this person now is connected her heart to Raj. And Krishna already knows. That means this person will come soon. Question of one life or two lives, but that means soon. Krishna is already waiting for this person. As I would say, when someone feels separation from Gauri, that means this person is already in Gaura Lila, because this person has entered the antechamber of Gaura Lila, which means the separation from the associate of Gaura Lila and from Gauranga. Then they know. Radha Krishna also, once you feel separation from them and from their associate, that means they understood, oh, this soul has entered the antechamber of Raj. Which means very soon, next door, that person will end up here. They become conscious of us, consciously, when we start crying for them. Before, Krishna cannot think about everybody, so he has that aspect also, Sarvagya, that makes it possible, because it's simultaneously present and non-present, because Krishna has to be Mugdata, forgetful. But when Gopkumar went back to Goloka, Krishna was waiting for him. In a way, Krishna said, hey, what's his name? Sarupa. Hey, Sarupa, finally you have come. Means Krishna was already conscious of this devotee. And I think it must be the same with Lalita Vishaka, Radha, the Manjaris, Nanda Yashoda. Because they are still living in sound. And if they hear the sound of our tears, then they will start becoming conscious of our tears. Tears are very long distance communication. Yes. Sometimes people say, can we travel faster than light speed? This is one of the biggest questions nowadays in science. Yes, we can. The tears can travel faster than light speed. Because Krishna hears the tears. How Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Jivedo Yakori Saparshada Ninja Dhamma Swiyadama Saba Avatari. Atyanta Durlava Prema Kori Baridan Shikailo Sharanagasi Bhakatera Pran. And then he says what I want to say, but I don't remember it. He says that as soon as one prays sincerely to Krishna, what does he say? Krishna hears his prayer. So Krishna hears tears, definitely. So we do hope that our daily practice will increase our separation from the associate of Radha and Krishna and from the associate of Mahaprabhu, and that this will make it happen that they appear in our life also. When they start appearing in our life, then we enter into the higher level of intermediate devotion. And that will be the transition with ultimate devotion, Uttama Bhakti. Jai. Shri Prabhupada ki jai.